Yo, what's up, game? It's your boy Launchpad 1412 doing Gotham reviews and recaps. Fix this camera, I think it's right. Yeah, review recap. It's a recap basically of Gotham, episode 11, Rise of the Villains. So, with no further ado, the three acts real quick. I'm gonna go over the episode, tell you guys my thoughts, good or bad. Give you guys my overall grade on the episode. Act 2, we're gonna talk about my character of interest. In Act 3, we're gonna talk about the lines that I enjoyed in this film. Let's go right off the bat. Alfred is still running from Galavan's sister. I was shocked to see that. I thought after she threw the knife in his back, battering, it looked like a battering. She really kind of looked like Batman a little bit when she threw that. The battering, whatever it was, I thought it was over. I thought that was over, but obviously that wasn't the conclusion. He had to hide in the refrigerator to get away from her and her goons, which I thought was interesting. It kind of reminded me of Indiana Jones Part 4 when he hid into the refrigerator to get away from the bomb. People didn't like the Indiana Jones movie, but I thought it was okay. I liked Shia LaBeouf in it, but the one part that stood out to me out of that whole movie was when Indiana Jones hid into the refrigerator to get away from that bomb. And that's what that made me think of when I seen that, so I thought that was awesome. And on top of that, he also robbed somebody for their car. I thought that was that was so funny. Pulled him out of the car, man, to get there. You know, he trying to get to Bruce, man. You know, he dead serious about his about that young Bruce. Lucius Fox comes out of nowhere. He hasn't been in like 4 or 5 episodes, I think. Comes out of nowhere, and he's saying that he's done with the computer. So he's done with the computer. He's looking for Alfred and Bruce, of course, to tell him that he's done. And he's not. He finds out that none of them are there. None of them are there. So he goes to the station, and this is the reason why I even brought this up. Because he goes to the station, he talks to the captain. I thought his interaction with the captain, I thought it was awesome. I loved his interaction with the captain. I loved it because it was unexpected, and I thought it was funny at the same time. Unexpected and funny, and that's why I even brought it up. He was trying to get the captain to reason with them and help him find Bruce and Alfred, and he was just stinging him and countering him with stuff that Lucius Fox didn't want to hear, man. I thought the interaction was awesome. Gordon wakes up. Gordon wakes up to Penguin and Edward Nygma, not the Riddler, Edward Nygma, and he sees that they're a team, and he's shocked. He's like, "What the heck is this? When did this relationship happen?" And I like the fact that the Penguin and I want to call him the Riddler so bad. See, I slipped up. Edward Nygma. I'm glad that they're friends. I think it's awesome that they're friends. Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler, my favorite villain of all time in comic book history. Glad to see him in this episode. Glad to see him and Penguin together. And I like what Penguin said to him. I think it was necessary. I can't necessarily say I liked it, but I think it was necessary. I think it was necessary for him and Penguin to get together this one time to go up against Galavan. Let's think about this. Galavan is rich, outstanding fighter, has an army, and he's the mayor. This is more powerful than up to this point than what Jim Gordon has ever faced. He can't do this alone. He's going to have to go outside of his realm, outside of the law box of the law to take care of this. And the perfect person to team up with at that moment is someone that had a grudge against him for killing his mom with the Penguin. So I thought that was brilliant because it was necessary. Silver versus Bruce once again, what, fifth or sixth time right here. But what stood out to me with them two interacting in this episode, of course, you know, Silver trying to get over on Bruce again, Bruce not having it, you know, Bruce giving her the Matumbo, blocking all of it. But the part that stood out to me is when she tried to get him to talk, and she was talking like, and she says that that the silence disturbs her basically, and she tried to get him to talk, and she says, let's talk about top 10 lists, because he asked what's there to talk about. And she says top 10 list, best vacation, and what's your favorite animal. The what's your favorite animal part is interesting, but before I get into that, you know, these things that she asked him are kind of similar things that I do when I start a conversation. That's another thing that I thought was interesting about it. I always ask people what's their favorite movie. That's one of my favorite things to ask people. You know, I just want to start a conversation when you're waiting in line at the bank, or start a conversation with some of my friends, or get a top 10 or top 5 rapper. Let's just something to get the flow going. You know what I mean? Some conversation going. Those are things that I bring up. She asked him, "What's your favorite animal?" And he says, "Owls." I'm like, "What, Bruce? What are you doing? What do you mean? You're supposed to be Batman, man. You're supposed to say bats." But I think he said owls because I think they just made that an Easter egg for the Court of Owls in the comic book. I think they just kind of wanted to just toss that in there, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was appropriate. I thought it was very appropriate for that moment. Even though I really, really wanted him to say bats. Jim Gordon's girl is pregnant. His girl's pregnant. I wonder if she's pregnant for real or not. That's my question on that. That's why I brought it up. Maybe she might have said she was pregnant to get him out of that situation he was in. She was trying to get him to not, of course, if you guys have seen the episode, so she was trying to get him to not team up with Penguin and do something stupid in her mind. Alfred, Catwoman, Gordon, Bullock team up to go get Bruce. I thought this was an outstanding team up. I love how Catwoman comes out of nowhere. I love when they're huddled up and they're ready to go get Bruce. I love how Lucius Fox is the voice of reason, the voice of logic, and he's like, well, what if this, basically he's saying, what if this horrendous plan A doesn't work? Shouldn't you guys have a backup plan? I thought that was so awesome to have someone that's a voice of reason, and for him to be him, because it seems like he's just like the smartest person on the show. To me, it seems like Lucius Fox is the smartest person on the show, and I'm glad that he's the smartest person on the show, because the reason why I say that, because he's not like an aggressor. Alfred's an aggressor. Jim Gordon is aggressive. Bullock, they're aggressors, you know. But Lucius Fox is intellectual. You know, he's a thinker. He thinks before he does stuff, and I love that part of it right there. I thought that part was awesome. Now the face-off. They face off. Jim Gordon, Bullock, Catwoman, Alfred, to get Bruce versus, I guess what you could call, the Court of Owls. And I thought that part was awesome. The only thing I would have done differently, I would have loved to see them actually fight the Court of Dominion, so to speak, or the Court of Owls. And the way the old head died, I thought it was so suspect. You know, a bullet to the chest will kill you, but I'm just like, you know, this guy seemed like he was so, when he first appeared in the season, you know, he seemed like he was so relevant, you know, so, I don't know, so important. And for him to go out like that, I thought it was suspect. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, maybe he should have went out a different way. I think they could have did something else with that. I don't know. I just thought that was such an odd way for someone of that importance, so to speak, to go out. But I would love to have seen them fight instead of shooting. You know, they shot them. You know, they had guns and stuff. You know, they had to do what they had to do. But I don't think I would have had loved to see. You know, at the end when Jim Gordon, you know, finally catches up to Gallivan towards the end there, I would love to see them two fight. But I know, I won't say Bruce, but I know Jim Gordon was still bruised from getting his behind kick from Gallivan in the last episode. So I know there was no way he could beat him. So I see why they didn't make that happen. And I like the fact that they didn't make that happen as much as I would have liked to see that and see Jim Gordon actually win the fight. But I like how they didn't do that, because it would have been unrealistic. There was no way Jim Gordon was in any kind of shape to fight someone as a good a fighter as Gallivan in that moment. So I thought that was good. Jim Gordon kills Gallivan. I was shocked. When Penguin was beating him, Gallivan with the bat, I thought he was going to beat Gallivan to death. But Jim Gordon puts the gun up. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, Jim, don't do it. Don't do it. I really did not want him to shoot Gallivan. I really wanted him to do it the lawful way. In the same breath, I understand why he shot Gallivan. Would it have been my decision? No. But you gotta look at the situation. You know, he tried to do it the right way the first time, the lawful way, and didn't work. He was gonna try it again. It probably wasn't gonna work again. And this guy was just too powerful. So I guess this is what I'm thinking that he's thinking in his mind. This guy was just too powerful. So I guess he was like, man, I gotta get rid of this guy. You know, and he's already killed before. So let's keep that in mind. He's already killed before in the season. So it wasn't too shocking to me. But I just really wanted him not to kill him, because, you know, Jim Gordon is like one of my favorite characters, maybe probably my favorite character on the show, and I kind of want him to quote unquote do the right thing in the hardest decisions. But, you know, he's still my guy though. And he asks is a girl to marry. I thought that was an interesting thing to bring up. I felt like that was necessary to bring up, important, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes in the next episode. The next episode's in February. I can't wait to do recaps on those. And, yeah, that's interesting. Last but not least, Mr. Freeze comes at the end. I thought it was Firefly. I was hyped to see that with Mr. Freeze. I'm very interested in seeing what they're going to do with Mr. Freeze. It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I remember in the beginning of the season, they said he was going to be in the season. And I totally forgot up until that point. So, I'm anxious. I'm anxious to see what they're going to do with Mr. Freeze and how he's going to be valuable in this season. So we're gonna see what happens. Man, my overall grade for this episode is an 8.5 out of 10. Just in case you was wondering. Hope you guys enjoyed. But before you guys go real quick, two more acts. My character of interest in this episode, Lucius Fox. Man, I loved how he solved the Riddler's riddle. We're gonna talk about that in a couple seconds. One of my favorite lines, obviously. Spoiler. And I like his voice of reason, like I was saying earlier, in that situation, and I love his interaction, and I love how he kind of came out of nowhere too. And I love his interaction with the captain. I thought it was extremely funny, in my personal opinion. So my character of interest is Lucius Fox. Now, favorite lines in this episode. Scroll down here. The first one: "Is your lover man alive? Go to Grundy 805. Enigma." This was so funny to me because he came out of nowhere and creeped up on her, like, I think it was right shoulder, creeped up on her right shoulder and said that, and then he just bounced. I loved how he bounced because I think he knew that it was enough to give away. He knew that riddle wasn't too intricate that she couldn't figure it out. And on top of that, he didn't want to sit there and just kind of like give her another clue. That's what I took from it. That's what I took from it. And I thought that part was zesty. And I thought it was awesome. Love this show, man. Are you sure you know Jim as well as you think you do? The captain. I thought this line was pivotal because of what happened at the end. Gordon killing Gallivan. Because of that line, if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't even put that line in there. But I thought that part made it pivotal because I don't know if she really knows, Gordon 100%, which is understandable because they're still in a relationship. They're still. It's only been I think it's only been a year, if that. So it's understandable. I would gladly join you, but I imagine an amateur is no asset, a hindrance perhaps. Lucius Fox. I don't just love what he said. I love the word choices that he used for this because it just seems so intelligent and intricate. Also love how he said it. I thought it was right on point, man. Lucius Fox, man, without question, my character of interest, my favorite character in this episode, man. And character of interest, you know what I mean? And I thought that line was awesome, man. I would gladly join you, but I imagine an amateur is no asset, a hindrance perhaps. And in my everyday life, I try to, make clever statements and put a combination of words together that are not always used to just sound, more intricate or more clever, and just throw some things in there to see if people pick up on them. And sometimes people do, sometimes people don't. But I just have a knack for doing that. I don't know if you guys watch my YouTube channel as far as my video game channel. If you do, I know you got to know that I kind of switch up my words and my adjectives or verbs that I use to describe what's going on as Madden games and NBA 2K games are going. Because I like using words a lot, and I like his word choices in this line. I thought it was brilliant. And last line: a diamond plate, a glowing grate, a place you never leave. Where am I? I know you guys knew this was coming. Any riddle line is probably going to be in my lines of the show. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I thought this was awesome. This is without question, out of the two riddles, this is the more complicated one and the best one. I love how Lucius Fox figured it out, and Alfred, Bullock, and the captain was sitting there baffled, like what the heck is going on. Well, I don't think the captain was there, but Bullock and Alfred was sitting there kind of baffled, showing that Lucius Fox is a little quicker on his feet than them two. I like that about it. And I also like how Nigma looked at, Lucius Fox like, who are you? Who are you to figure out my riddle that fast? You know what I mean? Like, who are you? I love that segment right there. It was probably my favorite segment of the whole show. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. I love when Riddler drops those riddles. And honestly, I didn't figure it out before Lucius Fox. I was trying to, but I didn't figure it out. A diamond plate, a glowing grate. Because I wasn't sure what he meant by a glowing grate. A place... Well, okay, I know what he means now. Hey, place you never leave. Where am I? This is your boy, Launchpad 42. Hope you guys enjoyed this recap. In the comment section, tell me what you think about the episode and all that good stuff. I'm out. Peace.